Everything cannot be about racism. It can't be they did this or they did that to me because I'm black. It's getting old. I need some of y'all to take the black race card and put it back in your pocket and only pull it out when it actually fits the situation. Let me tell you a quick story of what happened to my husband and I on Saturday. As you can see, I'm black and my husband is black, okay? So we went to a business, and I will not say the name, but we went to the business to get our puppy bathed and nails trimmed. We put our puppy on the leash and we walked on into the business. While I was conversing with someone inside of the business, my husband walked into the door that actually did the treatment for the puppy. I can see my husband through the glass exchanging some words, but I thought nothing of it. When I walked in, I had the paper that I thought had the rabies information on it. The young lady, who happened to be white, was very, very, very nice. And then there was another lady that was bathing a puppy that, she didn't really speak or anything, but she happened to be white as well. I didn't think anything of it. I figured that she was busy. Well, the young lady told me, she said, "Oh, ma'am, I think you grabbed the wrong paper. This does not have the rabies shot on it. It doesn't even have the rabies tag number." I was like, oh my goodness. And so while we were, just conversing back and forth to see how we could rectify the situation, I told her, well, can you give me at least about 25 minutes to run back home, grab the paper and come back? She said, "I sure can." I was very thankful because it was right at about 4:15. Our appointment was at 4 o'clock, and she was willing to stay 15-20 minutes after 5 o'clock in order to get our puppy squared away. So I ran home with my husband and we came back. By the time we got back, they were ready for me, and we walked in with my puppy and I gave her the paper. And then she said this. She said, "Oh, by the way, while I'm taking care of the puppy, my manager wants to speak to you." I'm like, okay. I didn't know what had happened, and my husband hadn't told me what had happened. So I went up to the front and I asked for the manager, and she pulled me into her office. And she said, "Yes, when you guys arrived the first time, did your husband tell you?" I said, "Tell me what?" My husband didn't mention anything to me. She said, "When you guys arrived the first time, the young lady that was in there," and I do apologize. I was like, okay, what's going on? She said, "I hope that's not my dog." I said, I didn't hear her say that. And I said, my husband didn't say anything. She said, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I don't want anyone to feel as though they're being racially discriminated against." And I'm looking at her because I'm like, I don't feel like that. She said, "Well, your husband overheard her say it, and I spoke to him about it." I said, "Did my husband say that he felt like he was racially discriminated against?" And she said, "No, he didn't say that." I said, "Okay, then." I said, "Well, we're good." I said, "All is well." And then I left out. Said, "Oh, by the way, man, we're going to give you 10% off because of that." I said, "Cool. I can take the 10% off." So my husband and I left because our little dog, Tyson, it was going to be 45 minutes before he was ready, groomed and stuff, So when I got back in the truck, I asked my husband, I said, "Babe," I said, what actually happened? Did you feel like you was racially discriminated against? He said, I don't feel like I was racially discriminated against at all. I just felt like there was a young lady who was ready to go home and she didn't feel like washing another dog." I said, yeah, that's what I got out of it. I didn't think that at all. What am I trying to say? Quit allowing people to hype you up, to make you feel like you're being racially discriminated against or you're being oppressed in some type of way. Sometimes it's actually not racism. Sometimes it's just somebody being a jerk. Sometimes it's somebody just not having a good day. Not everything is black and white. Not everything is racism. I'm not saying that racism does not exist. I'm not saying that I've never experienced it, because I have. What I am saying, I'm not going to live in this bubble that everything is about race. And I'm going to just set it off every time someone who happens to don't look like me do something against me. Perhaps they're just not a very nice person. You can go on and live your life that everybody's a racist and woe is me and I'm oppressed if you want to. I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to have a very, very miserable life. Anyway, I thought I'd just let y'all know that. God bless.